Welcome to the Gig Desktop Portal Training Series. Each training module is designed to be a resource to understand and effectively use the portal. As you transition to a gig workforce, we want to make sure you do it the best way for your business. The one way is the gigged way. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out at info@gigdat.com. That's info@gigdapp.com. If you haven't had a chance to review the previous modules, I highly suggest you review them, as it will help keep you up to speed with the overall process and prepare you for the elements of this and additional trainings. This module is for the Invoice tab. The Invoice tab is used to communicate, track, and respond to invoices from a worker, organized by project, contract, and worker. So by the end of this module, you should be familiar with the process of using the Invoicing tab within the GigDAP portal. So let's break it down. As you sign in and your desktop opens, your dashboard header gives you a quick pulse on your business operations, number of projects, number of contracts, workers, bids, and invoices. The header is meant to be a snapshot so you can quickly move directly to the items that need to be addressed, get them sorted out, and move on to your day. The invoice number here indicates that you have received 2 invoices that still need attention. Depending on your business design, you or an office manager with authority may be able to address them. The Invoices tab on the left, clicking on that will bring up a submenu showing the open invoices and status of those invoices. Here you have 3 invoices, 2 received and 1 updated. The invoice here shows the date, the contract, the worker or company information, services or invoice description, quantity, rate, unit, and grand total. The rate here has been defined already by the contract agreement, so that's not possible for them to change. You'll see on this invoice that there's a updated item. I previously had opened the invoice and submitted a correction, so it was left in the queue. This was a correction request. It's been accepted, so this changed to blue. The invoice may contain multiple lines. As you see here, west wall and east wall, different amounts and square footages. At the bottom, you can make corrections or pay the invoice. If corrections are requested, you'll see the notes on the request as well as the status. Paying the invoice. Once you select Pay the Invoice, the main invoice will open showing all the pertinent data. Under the invoice payment, you'll enter in the payment amount. It can be the total or portion of the invoice. If it is a portion, the remainder of the invoice will remain in the invoice queue. The worker or business will be notified, and you can follow up later at a later date. But the contract will remain open and unable to close until the invoice is fully reconciled. So you'd go through here under Invoice Payment, click on Desired Payment, enter that information. It would make the adjustment here. It can be the total of any portion of it. Go down to Payment Total. If you're using the wrong account here, you can make the change there. When all of that information is input, you go Submit Payment. That payment will be submitted. The worker or the subcontractor will find that information, and that will pop up on their screen to deal with at the next day. So at the bottom here, you see the bank account. From there, you can select Submit. At that point, the invoice will be paid through the gig and Stripe system. If you have any questions, once again, feel free to reach out to us at info@giggedapp.com. That wraps up the invoices section. We'll pick up the next module training from there. Until then, as you transition to a gig workforce, do it the right way, the only way, the gig way.